I'm Brett, and I've developed a new, simple, modern spiritual philosophy. And in this series of videos, I'd like to tell you all about it. So stay tuned, and if you like what you're hearing, tell other people about it, comment, ask me questions, and we'll go forward from there. Thank you very much. Implications and the three critical mass paradigms. The very existence of the leader and their sometimes overtly stated comment that they have the answer, and their sometimes implied comment that they have the answer, and the institutes that they use to implement that answer come with implications. As I've already alluded to, there's the leader might say outright, I have the answer. They might not even say that. They might just imply it. But the institutes definitely make implications. So let's take the education system. The education system is based on we're going to teach your children, and we're going to give them information through the form of lists, in a way, because that's what it is. That's what a curriculum is a list of information that they're going to regurgitate in what's called an exam, in the way that we prescribe how they should do that. It is not, for example, a system based on we are going to empower your children to learn how to learn. Because if you empower somebody to learn for themselves, they can learn whatever they want. It would appear to me to be a system that's based on we know what it is you've got to learn, and we're going to give that to you. And we're going to do it in the way that we say. So the implication is that we know the right things for you to learn. We know the right way for you to learn it. We know how you're going to do it. And we're going to do it. And there's only this one way. I mean, that's a lot of implications already. The same is kind of true. The same but subtly different is true of the health system. The health system says, here is the one way in which to keep you. Here's the one way in which to administer medication when you've got poorly. Is only this medication that we're going to use, only this system of medication that we're going to use, only this system of putting you all together in one building called a hospital, only this one system of using doctors and nurses, and we're going to use the system of cure rather than prevention. Again, you can extrapolate from those what some of the implications might be about the police system, what some of the implications are from the religious systems. Nearly all the time, part of the implications are, sorry, I know that sounds contradictory. Some of the major implications are we have the one and only right answer. Definitely the implications are you don't have the answer, we do. And definitely one of the implications is it is this one and only answer. Never does a leader stand there, definitely not like a political leader or a religious leader, stand there and say, we think it's this answer, we don't quite know, we're going to give it a go, we're going to review it, and if it doesn't work, we're going to completely scrap it and start again with something completely different. They sort of give the illusion of that by saying we're going to review something in 5 years' time, and then we might make some small, tiny policy changes, and they come up with these tiny little policy changes that don't move the needle in any way, right? Or if they do, very minimally. And by moving the needle, what I mean is they don't make significant changes to the institute and the phenomena that they're putting together. The school system might have changed very subtly, very slightly differently from 100 years ago, but it hasn't really. The methodology of saying, here's information, retain that information, give back that information to us, and we class that as learning, That hasn't changed. That is the way the school system is set up. That is the way the education system is set up. Nearly all the way through, right up until when you do a doctorate. I mean, even university education, from my basic understanding, keeping it really simple is here's a bunch of information. Even if they ask you to interpret that information or to give your interpretation of it, they've still given you the information to interpret and to feed back to them and to try and expand on. They haven't said, what are you interested in? And what we're going to do is help you or empower you to go and learn for yourself, and you can go and learn all about it, and then you tell us about it. The information is a flow one way from the institute to the follower. We are telling you what to do. We are telling you how to do it. We are going to do that. That's it. And that is why all the myriad implications that exist within the institutes and within the phenomena such as lists, the phenomena such as cure rather than prevention, the phenomena of quick fix, instant gratification. Here's a list, remember it, regurgitate it. That's in a way kind of quick fix, although it happens over a couple of years. It's not as long. It's not a process of learning how to learn for yourself. It's a remember this list, regurgitate it, done. It's a you're not well, take this medicine, now you might be better. That's a very instant gratification compared to no, you have to go through a process of keeping yourself fit and healthy. That's an ongoing process. All of those phenomena, all of those concepts go to creating the three critical mass paradigms. When you condense all of those different versions of implications down, they can all be condensed into some version of not enough. I'm not enough. I'll never be enough. What I do is not enough. Just not enough. The other, someone else has got the answer. Someone else will tell me what to do. Someone else knows better than me because I'm not enough. And they interconnect. The three critical mass paradigms interconnect as well. And then the third one, which is fixed and finite. It is this way. It is only this way. I sit up on the hill. I look out over society. It is only this way. I go to the government provided health system and it is only this way. I don't turn up at the hospital and they say, right, here are your 5 different options of how you could be treated, or the 5 different paradigms in which we could look at your situation. No, they might offer some options on the treatment. So let me be really clear about that, because I didn't say it right at first. You don't go to a hospital and get offered several different paradigms, several different conceptual different ways in which your ailment could be looked at and diagnosed and then possibly treated. You get one way at which you get the one health service which diagnoses you and then maybe offers some slight different treatment, but it's all based on that one idea of cure rather than prevention. It's all based on the one idea of, oh, you've got something wrong, now we'll deal with it. In this one hospital, with these doctors and nurses, in the relative sort of way, with maybe slight variations, but only slight variations on the way in which we're going to deal with it. So we have all those implications are condensed down into 3 critical mass paradigms. Not enough, the other, and fixed finite. And like I say, they're critical mass because they affect enough of our being to affect all of our being. They affect enough of my thinking and my actions and my feelings and my choices right? So we're bringing back in the body, mind, soul, and spirit. They affect enough of my doing, enough of my thinking, enough of my feeling, and enough of my choices to affect all of those things, to affect all of my doing, all of my thinking, all of my feeling, all of my choices. And they affect enough of the people to affect all of the people. So that's why I call them critical mass paradigms.